Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, I hope you are fine and I hope you've been able to select 3 programs from the Erasmus Mundus catalog. Of course, if you are a new subscriber, hello, nice to meet you. My name is Abraham and I hope at the end of this video you'll be able to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is my sincere desire to see everyone grow beyond their limits, because I observed that the limitation starts from the mind, but once we have a clear picture of who we are truly, we can grow in leaps and bounds. And today, as promised last week, we will be looking at how to write a motivation letter for grad school application, including the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. I write my own motivation letter showing my past, showing my present, and also showing my future. So this kind of letter overlaps between the personal statement and the statement of purpose. And in this video, by the end of this video, I want you to have a draft of your own motivation letter and be ready to furnish it as time goes by. So what I want you to do for me now is to get a piece of pen and paper and come along with me on this journey. I promise you, if you do what I am saying, at the end of this video, you are going to have a draft, your first draft of your own motivation letter for grad school application. So if you are ready to write, then let's go. What is a motivation letter? A motivation letter shows, as the name implies, it's just about your motivation. Why do you want to apply for this program at this particular period of time? Why do you want to apply to this university as of now? Why do you want to further your academics? Why do you want to further your career? Just the motivation. This is what the motivation letter is all about. And of course, a motivation letter is different from your CV. Your CV is mostly facts and figures, like for example your grades, your CGPA, where you schooled, for how many years, where you've worked, for how many years. Mostly you'll be giving everything in figures. But your motivation letter is you showing your personality to the university. In fact, it is your first introductory letter to the admission committee. They want to know who you are. They want to know what is driving you. They want to know how you get to where you are today. So this is your motivation letter. And at times, the university will give you guideline on how to write a motivation letter. So if they give you guideline on how to write a motivation letter, then please stick to it, because this will show that you are thoughtful, you pay attention to detail, and you can follow instruction. But in situation where the university or the program of choice does not provide you the guidelines to write a motivation letter, here is how to go about it. I hope you have the piece of paper and your pen with you and you are ready to write, because as I said earlier, at the end of this video, I want you to have the very first draft of your motivation letter for the grad school application. So now let's assume you want to apply for a program. Like, just write down the program you want to write, any program of your choice. So for me, let's assume I want to apply for bioinformatics. So I'll put down MSc bioinformatics on my piece of paper. So, and I hope you are doing the same thing where you are. If you're applying for medicine, if you're applying for law, if you're applying for any engineering program, data analytics, anything you're applying for, write it down on that piece of paper. Now, this is the first paragraph, and it's going to be the introductory aspect where you are introducing yourself to the admission committee. So here you'll be answering the questions: why do you apply? Why are you applying for this program? What brought about your interest? How does your interest in this field of research develop? Don't forget, you are demonstrating your passion to the admission committee, and you need to start off strong. In fact, it is important for you to know how your interest in this field develop, so as to give you a very good storyline. If you can remember how your interest in this field develop, you can have a very good storyline to write your SOP. So in this first part, you want to answer how your interest in this will develop. Have you watched a movie? Has something happened in your neighborhood that you think you can provide a solution to? Do you think there's a difficulty anywhere? Or let's say you visited a museum, then you see that the things in the museum are not well classified. Then you think, oh, if I study maybe computer science, or if I do this and this, then I can provide a solution. How does your interest in this field develop? This is the very first part, which is going to be the introductory aspect of your motivation letter. You want to answer why you are interested in this particular program. So, as a summary, your very first paragraph should demonstrate why you are applying for the program. Next, you want to talk about your academic skills and how it is related to the program of choice. Here you'll be talking about the skills you've gained over time, both the soft skills, the research skills, your communication skills, your writing skills, how has everything evolved and developed over time to make you a perfect candidate to the program. You want to talk about the professional experience you've gained, the internship you've done, your undergrad research. If you've published a paper, everything should go into this section. And what exactly is the major takeaway from all the research or the research and the projects you've done over time. If you have used a software to answer a research question, state the software you've used, state whatever the conclusion or the outcome of the research or the experiment you've carried out. So here you need to give every minute details because they don't know about it unless you tell them. So if you don't tell them what you've done, the software you've used, the analysis you've carried out, the XYZ or the details of what you've done, nobody will know. And you want them to know these minute details. You want to show that you have knowledge about this field. So because of this, you need to put down everything. Next, you want to highlight your suitability for the program. What makes you the best candidate for this program? That's exactly what you are going to answer in the next section. Here you'll be talking about how you've developed your interest over time, the internship you've done, your undergraduate research, how it is related to the program of choice, what you've done, the volunteering work you've done, everything, how has it shaped you over time and make you fit for this program. Here you will also be talking about your professional experience, the professional experience you've gained over time, and how everything makes you the best candidate for this program. Of course, you also want to talk about your personal qualities, your teamwork, your ability to work in a team or to work independently. You want to bring that to the fore as well because these are very important. Also, you want to talk about your adaptation, your ability to adapt to environment. You want to demonstrate that you are people-oriented. You want to show your personal skills. If you have any responsibility, let's say you've taken up a leadership position in a particular time or at a particular time, you want to state it there. And of course, you also want to mention your extracurricular activities that you think are important and are related to the program. You want to leave also a summary of everything. And here you'll be mentioning your long-term goals and your short-term goals. For me, I prefer to divide these goals into short-term and long-term. So I prefer to use a time frame of 5 years for my short-term goals and 10 to 15 years for my long-term goals. So here you need to state it clearly, what's your short-term goals and your long-term goals. Also, you also want to leave a message with the reader that they will remember, because it is very important that the admission committee or whosoever is reading your motivation letter remembers something important about you. You also want to demonstrate those who are going to benefit from your knowledge or from the expertise, your career goals generally, where will you be working, who are those who your research is going to deal with and they will be the beneficiary. Let's say for example, the people of your village where there are insecurity, that's exactly where you want to apply your knowledge. Or you want to tackle the cases of cyber security that is threatening the world, or you see yourself in agriculture and you want to enhance the food production in a particular community or across the globe, or you want to help with the rapid detection of infectious pathogen, or you want to contribute in the area of immunology, or you want to fight for women's rights. These are exactly the things you need to put down under your conclusion and your career goals. So with these 5 steps, I hope you have your first draft already. I hope you put down everything you think that are important to you. And one important thing is, you don't write your motivation letter, you don't finish everything in one day. So it is important, after you finish the first draft, to keep it in a place and go away, do something else. After 1 or 2 days, come back again with fresh idea, with fresh insights, read it again, and then rewrite, remodify it. Then after that, you can also keep it and go to do something else. Then you come back. Like, you need to keep doing this until you think it is perfect. Of course, I will be ready to also help you to review your motivation letter if there is need for it. In my next video, I'll be sharing with you my own personal motivation letter that got me into the Erasmus program. Of course, and here you will see that every ingredient, all the 5 things that I mentioned here, are well captured in my motivation letter. Until then, keep winning, champs.